Is time enough at last?
Obsolete, Mr. Wordsworth.
Lie. No man is obsolete.
It's a cookbook.
Who are we?
When will they take the bandages off?
You're a bad man. You're a very bad man.
This lemon sucker here. He's the most suspicious of the bunch.
My name is Talking Tina, and I'm beginning to hate you.
I believe you're going my way.
Live from Willoughby at the heart of the Twilight Zone. Here are your hosts, Alex and Tyler, the prestigiously perfect podcast in which we call The Twilight Zone.
What is up, Gnomies? I'm Alex.
And I'm Tyler.
Welcome to the Twilight Gnome Podcast, episode 71. What episode are we going to be discussing this week, Ty?
This week, we have Mr. Denton on Doomsday.
Season 1, Episode 3, original air date October 16th, 1959. This was written by Rod Serling and directed by Alan Reisner, who didn't do any Twilight Zones other than this, but he did do 2 Night Galleries.
Nice.
We'll get right into it, Ty. What was your favorite moment of this episode?
My favorite moment was the line, "The night fate stepped in." I thought that was a really clever line to kind of put in there. Really like that.
I have the same thing. It's definitely probably one of the most memorable thing, and it is a very good piece of cinematic art in the Twilight Zone's resume.
Yeah, and good writing on the part of Rod there.
We have the technology to rebuild it.
Doctor, what have you created?
I am for all intent and purposes AI Serling.
So every week I put a prompt into ChatGPT, come up with a Rod Serling style intro, and this week it came up with this. Portrait of a man, Al Denton. Once upon a time his name cleared rooms and silenced pianos. Once upon a time he was the fastest draw this side of the sun. But time and regret are stubborn things, and Al Denton has spent the last several years buried beneath a mountain of guilt and whiskey. A broken relic humming sad tunes for nickels and nod. But tonight, in this frontier town forgotten by maps and mercy, a stranger will offer Al Denton a second chance. Not at redemption, but at relevance. The price? A swallow of liquid courage from a bottle that claims to rewrite fate. What Al Denton doesn't yet know is that every bargain carries a shadow, especially in the Twilight Zone.
I like the idea of liquid courage because that's usually what people refer to liquor as, but in this case it's more of a literal liquid courage, although not courage, more liquid skill.
I didn't even put that together. That is a very good thing that it came up with, a little analogy or simile. My brain is not working today. All right, so every week Tyler and I come up with a few questions for each other, keep each other on our toes while watching said episode. I have 3 this week.
I have 4. You go first.
All right. What is the name of the saloon?
I have that one. I should have looked at it before. It is Dalton Saloon?
It is.
I knew it was really close to Denton, and I was like, oh, that's everyone in the town.
They were dueling Dalton.
All right, there, Eagles.
Good song.
How much is scotch?
35?
45 cents.
Dang it.
It's written in really small letters.
I saw that they had rye whiskey, scotch, and then regular. How much for just regular whiskey?
That was 25 cents.
Yes.
Way cheaper than everything else. I don't know why the whiskey would be so much cheaper. That was also another one of my questions. My final question, what claim does fate make about his potion?
Claim that he makes that it'll last for 10 seconds. You'll be able to shoot a quarter through at 100 yards up or some shit for 10 seconds.
Close. That it can shoot a hole through a silver dollar in midair at 100 feet without even aiming.
Close. What's the bartender's name?
Sully.
Charlie. Me and my friend Charlie. All right, we'll jump right into the plot of this one. We open on an old western town, a horse-drawn carriage going down the road, and then a man stumbles out of a saloon. A bunch of guys, one of them being Martin Landau, comes out with them and pours whiskey on Denton's head. He's like, how about a song for a drink? Yeah, we kind of see the salesman guy in the background. He's kind of observing what's going on.
I kind of wish that they would have done it as the wagon that pulls into town at the beginning of the shot, that should have been Fate's wagon instead of it just being some random wagon, and then the camera pans off from it.
I did like how they actively went out of their way to block the word Fate in every shot until he says his name. Did you notice that? Like his head's always covering it, or someone's head, or something's always covering it.
I didn't notice that. No, that's good blocking though.
I'll show you a little bit right now if you didn't notice it. I do think they were trying to avoid.
There is definitely a time when you can read it though. But yeah, basically, the bully in town there is kind of just messing with Denton and pouring whiskey on his face, and you can definitely tell that Denton's the town drunk here, and he kind of will do anything for a sip of booze. So then,
there's a girl inside the bar there, and she's talking to the bartender, and you kind of get pretty quick that she cares about him.
Yeah,
she's just like, tell him to stop out there to the bartender, and he's like, oh, I can't. It's at this point that Martin Landau breaks the whiskey. It never says his name.
It says his last name.
What is it?
They say his last name like a lot when he gets like shot in the hand and stuff like that.
Oh.
Mr. Houtlinger or something? I don't remember.
Martin Landau breaks the glass. He chucks it on the ground. Denton runs over to it and drinks what he can, trying to salvage anything from the liquor bottle that he can. Liz comes out looking very disappointed in Al, and then Rod brings us in.
Portrait of a town drunk named Al Denton. This is a man who's begun his dying early. A long, agonizing route through a maze of bottles. Al Denton, who would probably give an arm or a leg or a part of his soul to have another chance. To be able to rise up and shake the dirt from his body and the bad dreams that infest his consciousness. In the parlance of the times, this is a peddler. A rather fanciful-looking little man in a black frock coat. And this is the third principal character of our story. Its function, perhaps to give Mr. Al Denton his second chance.
Did you find that very strange? Like, was it meant to suggest that the peddler is the one who left that gun? It just like magically appeared, or the Twilight Zone just conjure that for him?
Yeah, because I mean, he is fate personified. Like, he's like a supernatural sort of being. Like, his potions are supernatural. He was able to generate the gun because he is fate, literally and non-literally.
At this point, when we come back, Denton wakes up. There's no more whiskey left, but he finds the gun that magically appeared. Liz comes out, asks him about the gun. Denton says that he found it. Liz asks, you were pretty good back in the day, weren't you?
And then he starts to kind of allude to his like his sad past, or he's like, oh, I haven't held a gun in since. And you can kind of tell in his mind he's probably like remembering the last time he held the gun, which we find out later is when he shot a young 16-year-old boy, but he doesn't really relay that information yet. He just kind of sort of trails off with Liz there, and kind of leaving it vague as to why he stopped using a gun and why he started hitting the bottle.
Yep. It's at this point Martin Landau comes back out. He's like, hey, Denton, sing us another song. And then he kind of like does the drinking thing.
Another couple of rounds of How Dry I Am, which, is that like an actual song? Or is it just a song that he made up for him one day to sing every time he wants to?
I like to think that he made it up. That'd be funnier. Liz tells him, don't do it. I'll give you a drink and you won't have to humiliate yourself for it. But I'll start singing anyway. And I'll play some of this because it is kind of pathetic. Even Martin Landau has sympathy for him after this.
Yeah.
How dry I am, how dry I am, nobody knows how dry.
All right, come on, Rummy, go on and get your drink. You've been a good boy.
Denton slumps into the bar, and Martin Landau notices the gun. Well, wait a gosh darn minute, where'd you get that artillery? Denton tells him that he found it, and he's like, why don't you and I have a little duel right here?
Which is such a dick move. Like, we already know this guy is a dick because he's making this man sing and humiliate himself just for a couple drinks, which he shouldn't be having anyway. Clearly, he should stop drinking at this point, but he kind of keeps encouraging with that. And then the minute he notices he has a gun, he's trying to challenge him to a duel, which the man's already shit-faced. Clearly, he's going to win this duel.
Right. Liz tries to stop it. The bartender even tries to, but Landau kicks the door.
Yeah, he does like a
the
donkey kick back towards the swinging doors there and pushes the bartender.
Shut up, Charlie.
And then the whole time Denton's trying to protest, I don't even know, and he's wildly moving the gun around while talking with his hands, and then the gun fires off and hits
Martin Landau. Yeah, and then it shows the salesman intermittently between some of these shots too, so it's suggested that he has a role to play in the magic of this gun here.
And then Denton keeps trying to protest, oh, it was an accident, but everyone's cheering him on because everyone in the town apparently hates Martin Landau's character there, and they're all patting him on the back, and they bring him inside the bar, and the bartender's gonna give him another drink. And then it's at this point that Martin Landau's character comes back into the bar, and he's pissed that Denton got the best of him with his shot there.
Denton tries to explain that it was an accident. He's like, I didn't mean to. And then once again, the gun goes off, shooting a chandelier that lands on Martin Landau. And again, we're getting shots of the peddler there, so we know that he has something to do with this. Some guy offers Denton a drink, but he's like, never mind that drink, Charlie. Al says he's had enough. He's like, I think I'll go have a shave.
Well, and just before this, too, is when we get the moment of a guy says, oh, really nice shot, Mr. Denton. And this is probably the first time he's been referred to as Mr. in a long time, because he finally has the respect of some of his peers, too. So, I mean, he's almost taken aback, and he's like, what did you call me? And the other guy's kind of like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. And he's like, no, what did you say? And he's like, Mr. Denton. And it just kind of lights him up, and it's because of that he kind of realizes right afterwards when he's offered the drink, he's like, no, I don't want to drink anymore. And he kind of realizes that I need to dig myself out of this hole of drinking that I've been in. And that's when he's like, I need to shave. I need to stop drinking.
Do you though, right before he leaves, after he says the shave thing, he gets that one after school special against the bully. Oh yeah. And he slaps Martin Landau and goes, and don't call me Rummy.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
After I would imagine Landau's been picking on him for fucking decades.
Yeah, I mean, at least years and years at this point, yeah. So.
And fucking, just after that one time, he's just gonna stop? I doubt it.
Who was the guy that called him Mr. Denton? He looks so familiar. I think he must be in another episode of The Twilight Zone. Did you get a good look at him?
I don't go that far into him.
Pull it up. I see if you recognize him just based off of his face.
Al Denton leaves, and Liz follows him, and she's, I think everything's gonna be okay now, Al. And this is when he finally starts to tell the story of why he kind of stopped being a gunslinger and hit the bottle. I'll play some of this because it's a pretty good little backstory.
I was so good that once a day, someone would ride into town to make me prove it. And every morning, I'd start my drinking a few minutes earlier. Until one morning, the guy who asked me to prove it turned out to be 16 years old. I left him there on his face, right there in front of the saloon. I left him there bleeding to death with my bullet in him. Every fast and fancy man who owns a gun will come riding in down that street. Only this time it'll be me face down, bleeding to death.
Kind of weird to think of that every town had a best gunman, and every best gunman got challenged by every other town's best gunman. That just seems...
I have a feeling that didn't happen.
Yeah, and the whole thing just kind of seems like an over exaggeration of the full machismo of the romanticized time period.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Medieval times, they just assume everyone was a knight or some shit. Not everyone was a cowboy.
Yeah.
It's at this point that he says, I want to look proper on the day I die, and he goes to grab a shave. He's in the window of the barber shop, and we can see the reflection of the salesman, so we're getting our third and final music cue. If you haven't gotten it at this point, the salesman is the one that's doing this.
And I mean, in Rod's intro, too, he said the salesman is one of the peddler is one of the key members of the story. So at this point, definitely people have picked up on that. Yes, he's magic. And then it cuts to later on in the night, and now we get Denton in his room, and he's all clean-shaved. Even his clothes look a bit cleaner and well-pressed, and he hears
did his hair and everything.
Yeah, and he hears a knocking at the door.
A couple guys come in to his room, and they describe a man that ends up, well, who are you describing? That's me. That's Al Denton. And they're like, we heard you were tough. Someone will be into town tomorrow night at 10 for a duel. And Denton's like, all right, I'll be ready.
What if he just refused the duel? Be no thanks, I'm good. What would have happened? The guy tries to shoot him anyway?
I guess. I mean, that guy just came to, like, message that to him, too. Like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. And it's... word would have gotten around super fast because he literally just got a shave and cleaned up. Like, it's been a matter of hours, and already someone
news
from
travels
another...
fast without any letters or anything.
Right?
It's the next day. Denton is practicing shooting cans, and he sucks ass again. Denton is then in his room. He's kind of... looks like he's packing up a little bit. Probably thinking about, fuck, I gotta leave town. I'm gonna fucking die.
I don't know that. He maybe just would have either thinking that he needs to leave town, but, I mean, he ends up not leaving town, so I don't think that's the case. I think he's maybe just packing things up, assuming he might die.
Quite possibly. Then he hears a ruckus. It's the sales guy outside. Denton goes out to talk to him. The salesman says, I have everything, even potions. Fate's the name, and you're Denton. You shouldn't be running away here.
And then Denton's like, curse the day I found this gun. It's been nothing but a curse that I put upon me. And then the peddler tries to kind of talk him out of it. It's like, no, this is actually quite help you, but I have this other thing too that could help you even more.
Curse this thing. Curse the moment I found it.
No. Don't curse it, Mr. Denton. Use it. Here. This is one of my potions. You might call it that, or an elixir. Either way, it'll help solve your problem, Mr. Denton.
It's at this point that the salesman's just like, here, try it. He takes a little sip, and he's like, shoot that. And he shoots an oil lamp about 2 stories up, 100 yards away.
And then he finishes counting to 10, and he's like, yep, 10 seconds. That's how long you have. This potion will make you the world's best shooter for 10 seconds guaranteed. But only 10 seconds.
Yep, and Denton asks, how much do I owe you? The salesman's like, there's no charge. Just a service of Henry J. Fate, so you can remember the night that Fate stepped in.
Such a good line.
That was very good. Next shot, it's almost 10 p.m. He's at the bar waiting for the guy to show up.
Mr. Grant.
The bartender asks if Denton wants a shot or the doctor. They're like, no, we're good. And then we see a posse rolling up. And then we get like a quick little montage of everyone in the town kind of looking nervous. And this Grant character walks into the bar. And he's like, you Denton? You're supposed to be fast, ain't you?
Why are they holding this shootout in the bar, and why is the bartender okay with this? I'd be like, you cannot shoot each other in my bar. Like, go step outside in the road.
That's what I was thinking, because he's like, step away from the bar. And he's like, Mr. Denton, draw. Denton takes a swig of his potion, but at the same time, he notices that Grant is drinking the same potion.
And then Grant also notices back that Denton just took a sip of the same potion. So they both know with each other that they're both just took the same potion that's supposed to guarantee them to be the best. So it's kind of a question of, well, if they're both the best, who's going to win?
Right. So they both draw, and they both shoot at the exact same time. They shoot each other's guns out of each other's hands at the
Did you
exact
notice,
same time.
though, how long I timed it? Because I'm like, this is way fucking longer than 10 seconds. So from the minute...
You're getting into my trivia hard.
Oh, it annoyed the hell out of me because I'm like, this is way longer than 10 seconds.
It's just every movie trope does that. Like 10, 9, but like a half an hour takes place within the top.
I timed it on my phone. It was 32 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they both shoot at each other and both of their hands get hit and...
The doctor calls it a push. No winner. And then the doctor kind of like gives him a little, you're not going to be shooting with this hand anytime soon.
Hands are going to be too stiff.
Yeah, you won't be shooting anymore with that hand, Al. Not anymore. A couple of fingers are going to be stiff, too. But that don't make any difference. The way you stood up there, it'll be something to tell your grandchildren about. And the way it looks now, you'll live to have some.
I like he was just like assuming that him and that Liz Carroll are gonna have kids and stuff. That's kind of wasn't right.
I don't think that it was necessarily what he was saying. I'm just saying, like, I think he was more implying that now he'll live to have grandchildren if he wants to because he's not dead. I think maybe a lot of people in the town assumed that he would probably die just because for the last 10 years they've probably known him as Al the Drunk, right, or Rummy as he was called.
Al goes over to Grant and he's like, "You're just like me, kid. We've been blessed. We'll never be able to shoot out of anger again." The kid leaves. Al tells Liz that the kid was lucky he learned it early in life. Grant looks at the salesman. They all
have like a knowing look between them. I'm like, oh, thank you.
His posse leaves.
And then Rod takes us out.
Mr. Henry Fate, dealer in utensils and pots and pans, liniments and potions. A fanciful little man in a black frock coat who can help a man climbing out of a pit, or another man from falling into one. Because you see, fate can work that way in the Twilight Zone.
And that's our episode. Tyler, what'd you learn?
Word gets around real fast in a small town.
Sure does. All right, Ty. IMDb currently has this at a 7.1 out of 10. Do you think we're going to be close, or do you think we're going to be off?
I mean, I'd usually say I think we both liked it. You tend to be lower on scores than me.
I feel like you're going to end up with just a bunch of 4s and 8s and a couple of 10s.
No, I think the when I looked at it last, the most I had was I had a lot of 7.5s, I think.
Yeah. You want to try it at the same time?
You go first.
All
I
right.
think you're probably going to be lower.
I'm giving this a 7.5.
Okay.
It is good. It's a very good episode. There's nothing wrong with it. The whole fate thing is really cool. All the characters are good. The acting's good. It's just for some reason the Western ones never really do it for me.
There's a lot of good Western ones that I love. I'm going to give this one an 8, so just slightly above you. But yeah, like you said, really good twist with both the men getting the same potion, and then they're both getting saved in a different way. I love the closing line, too, that Rod gives us where he says, help a man climb out of a pit or prevent another man from falling in. Really good moral, very clear. I love the writing in this was great. It was peak Rod, especially with like the line that the night fate stepped in. So just really good.
I know we say it a bunch, but season 1, you definitely tell like Rod was trying to prove something, and the writing from him, because as we like in the 5th season, he gets very like word soupy.
And I think too, it was probably that like he probably had this idea for
tired.
this show in his head for such a long time, so he had so many ideas for so many different episodes when he first started out. And then as you go further into the show, like there's 156 episodes, they're not all going to be gems, and sometimes you're going to be scratching your head of like, okay, no, what do I write about next? Especially as you get lower and lower into the season. So I mean, it's not an easy job to write 156 episodes. So
right. I think eventually one of our polls should be which is your favorite season. But like I'd put 2 and 3 together because they're the most similar.
I don't think I would just do 1, 2, 3, and 5. No one's going to vote for 4.
There's a certain charm to 4.
Listeners,
I bet there's some hipsters like season 4 is my favorite.
If any of you think that season 4 is your favorite, please drop a comment down below and tell me that I'm wrong.
Who are they? Where are they? What are they? Let's find out together in the Twilight Gnome presents Inside the Twilight Zone.
All right, so this week we have Dan Duryea. He played Al Denton. He was in lots of movies in the 40s and 50s, a bunch of them being Westerns. So he kind of probably had that look to him. He was in quite a few episodes of Bonanza, Wagon Train, all that type of stuff at the time. Then we have Martin Landau. In the credits, it said his name was Dan, but I do not recall them saying Dan whatsoever.
I don't remember them saying his first name, but they definitely said his last name. They kept calling him Mr. Rodingling or something like that.
Tim Burton must have been a pretty big fan of him because he was in quite a few Tim Burton movies. He played Bela Lugosi in Ed Wood. He was in the movie Sleepy Hollow. He was in Frankenweenie. I believe in Frankenweenie he plays the science teacher that... Have you seen that?
I have not.
No, it's pretty good. He was in an episode of The Simpsons, and he was in 2 Twilight Zone episodes, and now we have completed his resume. Do you remember him from another Twilight Zone?
Give me a hint.
He plays a Russian.
Oh yeah, he was in the Jeopardy room.
Yes.
He's the guy trying to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which one do you like better?
I like this better.
Did you? What'd you give?
I think I gave the Jeopardy room 7.5.
Did you? You gave it a 7, so you did like this one a little bit better. Then we have Malcolm Atterbury. He played Henry J. Fate. He was in 2 Twilight Zones as well, but we have not finished his other one because he is in the season 4. That might be someone's favorite season. No Time Like the Past. He was in 8 Playhouse 90s, 1 Andy Griffith. He was obviously a little bit older than the other guys, so he was more like the 40s, 50s type of guy there. Originally, Rod had Denton as Dingle. It was supposed to be Mr. Dingle on Doomsday, and it was supposed to be a little bit more comedic. Yeah. But obviously, it shifted a little bit.
I'm glad they didn't go with a comedic aspect to it. I think this works really well as like a serious endeavor, whereas...
He was going to be like a meek school teacher, it said, in Mr. Dingle on Doomsday. That kind of gets like the "Oh, me," and then he gets pulled into like a gunfight somehow. Or
Hey, that would be funny. I think this is better.
In an alternate universe, there is a Mr. Dingle on Doomsday. This is one of 3 that include the eye in the intro. We know that After Hours was one, and we have not seen the other one. We'll keep an eye out. We'll see if there are more than 3.
I thought they were just the ones at the end of the season, because I know, I'm pretty sure, A World of His Own and Mighty Casey, I think, both also have the eye.
It says this in the trivia. We'll go back and take a look, but it says oil wells can be seen at the beginning shot when it pans across the town, and they wouldn't have been invented yet.
I didn't notice any.
Let's see if they're there. This is probably like 1860. I don't think they had.
I mean, it depends on when this is supposed to be. This is just generally the Wild West, which could be like...
Oh, yeah, you definitely see like power lines.
I mean, it could be anywhere between like the 1860s to like the 1890s. I mean, they wouldn't have had power yet, but I think oil would have been started to get drilled around like the 1890s.
And like you had alluded to earlier, or stated earlier, the 10 seconds was more like 30. I think it was 31 and a half or something, but you said you got 32.
I got almost 33 seconds, basing it off of the minute that the bottle leaves Denton's mouth to when I actually hear a gunshot, was 32 point something seconds.
In total, this episode cost $63,197. The director received $1,000, which is a little bit less. For usually it's the $1,250 for the first 4 seasons or so, and the cast received $11,806. So slightly above average. I think the average is like 45 to 50, but I know season 4s can be like $100,000 or more. So very average.
Yeah.
What'd you say your name was?
What's in the name, Mr. Benedict? Really? It's a mere question of semantics. Just language. A mere stretch of words.
So every week, Tyler and I come up with a few alternative titles to the episodes we are watching. I have 2 this week.
Oh, so you actually wrote some this week.
Did.
Oh, okay. I have 5.
All right, so go for it.
All right, I'm going to start with my debacle. I'm really proud of this one because it kind of works on 2 levels. I have the draw debacle, both because it ended up in a draw as in a tie, but also because you have to draw your gun.
Yeah, well, I guess I won't do my debacle now because I think my best one is called just draw.
Yeah?
Because for the same reasons, like you said, the double meaning of it.
Yeah.
But then I also have a debacle, but it's not as clever because it's pretty much the same thing. It's the Denton on Doomsday debacle.
So the same episode, just had a debacle. I have the night fate stepped in.
Yeah.
I also have Denton's gun, like Chekhov's gun.
Yep.
I have the peddler's potion, and I have fate of the gunslinger.
Pretty good. What about switcheroos? I only have 2.
I have 5.
I'll go first then. Judgment Night.
No. What you need?
In the encounter.
I got the man in the bottle.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Both because, again, double meaning, because like he was in the bottle of booze, but then it's a different bottle that kind of helps him get out of the first bottle. I have Night of the Meek, and I have the gift, and last but not least, it's a slight switch around of Showdown with Al Denton.
Pretty good.
All right, not much in the way of references this week. I really only got 2, but one is a direct reference. Believe it or not, it's been rare to get direct references lately. But we have a direct reference with 1974's Blazing Saddles.
Yeah,
where
yes.
Gene Wilder's character has a very similar backstory to Mr. Denton, sort of parodying this episode.
Almost to the T, almost.
Almost to the T. The only difference is instead of him killing a 16-year-old, it's that he lost. He lost to a 6-year-old.
Doesn't he? He says that line like, "He shot me in the ass."
Something like that. It's been a while since I watched Blazing Saddles, but yeah, it's
I was thinking that sounded familiar when he was telling me that, or telling that whole sad story.
Yeah, so they basically, Blazing Saddles just took the story but flipped it on its head, so he was the loser, and instead of a 16-year-old, it was a 6-year-old, so it just makes it even more hilarious. So yeah, that's the only direct reference. And then the only other thing I can really think of was this kind of reminded me a lot of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows with the Elder Wand, where everyone wants to boast that they're the best. And with that comes the danger that other people will challenge you and try to kill you to be the top. Because everyone that had the Elder Wand kind of boasted about it, and then they ended up getting either killed in their sleep, or someone ended up besting them because they kept boasting about how best they were. And very similar situation here with Mr. Denton, where he knows that once everyone in town knows that you're the best, someone's going to come challenging you.
Yep. All right, so every week Tyler picks the episodes, and he does so by showing me an AI-generated picture. I play a little game where I have to guess what it is. What block are we in again?
We are a block of others throughout the 70s.
Just all others?
All others.
All right, I have no idea. Show me some pics.
All right.
Well, Tyler, that's a nude photo of your anus. Now, 4 o'clock.
That is correct. 4 o'clock.
All right.
Get ready for a terrible, terrible episode.
You made the man on that photo very, very fat.
No, I did not. Okay. I put in on the AI prompt, chubby man in suit, and he's not, like, you're acting like he's, like, morbidly obese.
Well, the listeners are going to be able to see next week what the thumbnail is, but that guy in the episode is not that fat.
I mean, again, this is AI making it. I just put in the prompts, and the word was chubby, so, I mean, take that what you will.
Messages.
You are about to receive a message from the 5th dimension.
All right, so just one comment this week, and it is from Jimersont on our most recent poll about which robot is your favorite. If you haven't voted on that yet, be sure to go and vote. So this is round 1 of 2 rounds. So I'm going to be dropping another round on Tuesday. Actually, by the time this is out, the second round will be out.
Yeah, I believe Alicia is smoking in the polls right now.
She is, and the comment from Jimersont is, had to go with Alicia. That story was so sad. However, Robbie the Robot as Simon was pretty good too. Definitely agree there. I love the look of Robbie the Robot. Just classic sci-fi 1950s, 1960s.
Are you going to bring him back for round 2 as Whipple?
As Whipple? No. I have enough other robots where I wasn't going to do him twice. So, but yeah, definitely go out there and vote on both round 1 and round 2. The winners of both I'm going to be putting up against each other in the final round. So,
and go back. We have a couple of polls now, and there's no time limit on any of them, so feel free to throw in your little vote. All right, just a little bit of housekeeping. If you guys could continue to like and subscribe on the YouTube page, it would mean the world to us. I think we're at 148, 2 away from 250. That's a pretty good round number. I like that.
Yeah, so help us get there by subscribing, sending these videos to friends of yours that also like the Twilight Zone. Just get the word out there. We would definitely appreciate it.
Yep. And also, you guys, if you could go to the Facebook page, give that a like and follow. Every week I post the next week's episode, and under there would be the perfect place to submit your new name or what have you. If you want to contribute to that, maybe we could do a fun thing later on if more people start contributing to the new name segment, that we could have, like, pick who's the winner for the week, and
yeah,
who knows. But yes, if you need to get a hold of us for any other reason, you can email us at twilightgnome59@gmail.com. Is there anything else you want to say this week, Ty?
Just be sure to go out onto Spotify and give us a 5-star rating, because we are
a 5-star show. Good job. I forgot about that one. You can also comment on there, but I'm not sure if I'd have to go through all of them and look at the comments, but I don't think there's any comments yet. My final question for you, Tyler, if you could have any potion from any, like, TV, movie, or whatever, what would it be?
Off the top of my head, the potion I'm thinking of would be Felix Felicis from Harry Potter, where it gives you luck for a day. I feel like that'd be a good one to have.
That would be so hard, because I feel like you'd sit on that forever and you could die not even using it, because you'd want to use it at, like, such a, like, something very important
day
would have to happen.
Yeah. I mean, you'd want to have some goals that are somewhat achievable, but you need luck on your side to do it. Or another...
What if you decide to do it and then go rob a bank that day?
Yeah. Or just go to a casino. Technically, what the official rules of the the Wizarding World are, you're not supposed to use it for competitions. Like if you were gonna play Quidditch, you couldn't do it before then, or something like that, or like before a test if you had like school exams or whatever. But yeah, I think if the potion was real, I would take it and just go to a casino and just make a ton of money and just have my luck just not run out. Or alternatively, another potion, which would be great, again from Harry Potter, because I love Harry Potter so much, I would pick the Polyjuice potion and just become someone else. But that only lasts an hour, so.
I think the one that comes to my mind when I think about it is in Fallout, they have stem packs that you just, in like instant health reboost. Like you could be like on the verge of dying and it just brings you back, essentially.
Yeah, but that'd be another one like that you would definitely be sitting on. Like, I don't know when I'm going to need this. Like, I can do something really dangerous today. I'm going to...
Can't get like a pack of 12 of them?
No, you just said in your thing you get one.
Well, technically
potion.
it's one. It's just a stim pack, but I have multiples of them.
Oh, so I could take Felix Felicis multiple times throughout my life?
I guess so.
Yeah.
But what would your guys' potion of choice be? Would it be from a video game or Harry Potter like Tyler picked or anything like that? What else has magic potions in it?
The love potion from The Chaser.
Yeah, but you don't want that to happen.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad potion to have. Yeah, it's hard to think of other potions. There's the potion from Hocus Pocus that steals the life out of children and makes you younger.
Probably shouldn't use that one.
There's tons of potions out there, mostly from
I can teach you
how to bewitch the mind.
All right. Well, until then, we'll see you guys next week, hopefully with 4 o'clock. Be there or be square. Until then, Tyler, do you have anything to say to our dear listeners?
Yes. Thank you all for stepping in the Twilight Gnome with us.
It's 4 o'clock, the howling man is gone.